made it to the land.
Please have children and animals unloaded before you leave our stroller parking area. If you are traveling with someone in a scooter or wheelchair, please have this person
Now, or shouting out, or trying to whisper calls that the animals didn't sort of away. We don't want to spook or scare them. Now, with that being said, let's start our journey. We're going to start our journey in the Yaturi Forest. Now, the Yaturi Forest is to be home to animals that love to use the forest as a shade for the sun, or camouflage too. So keep your eyes peeled for any animals that might be hiding out here. Now, let's head on inside and let's see what we can find. Alright. Now, on the right hand side, I do spot 2 copies over there with the striped legs. Now, don't let the looks fool you. So they may have striped legs, but they're not related to zebras at all. The copies only live in relative with the giraffe. Now, they're very shy, reclusive animals, so we don't know how long they're out there, but the Western world discovered them in 1901. Now, it's a little hard to see, but in the bushes, there's some bongos in there too. It's little white-brown animals with the horns. A little hard to see. But on the left-hand side, we got some greater kudus up there. Now, greater kudus, they have the 55 inches at the shoulder, and they can jump up to 8 feet high. And I do spot another bongo over there. That bongo, the horn's right there on the left-hand side. Now, bongos are called the ghosts of the forest because they're rarely seen out in the wild. So they're an awesome sight to see out here today. They have these curved, backwards-facing horns that will help them walk through the forest without getting caught in any bushes or branches. Alright everyone, now I do spot a black rhino. It's going to be straight ahead in that hill over there. It's going to be over there. Now black rhinos got the 3,000 pounds and they have a prehensile upper lip that allows them to grab their food from the trees above them. Now black rhinos are more of a solitary animal, so usually they are found by themselves, but it's kind of how they prefer that way. They prefer to own peace and quiet. Alright, not seeing anything over here, so we're gonna keep on going ahead. Let's see what else we can find. But meanwhile, there's another look at that black rhino. That's the same one from earlier that come around the corner.
Yeah, it could just be dirty.
Let's make fully seated, please. It's gonna be fully seated, thank you.
Stay seated, buddy.
Alright guys, we're gonna go ahead and leave the Yaturi Forest. We're gonna go on to the Safi River. Now, as we're going for the Safi, keep your eyes peeled on the water itself. You see any shadows or any vulnerables? It might be some of the animals that's trying to cool off. After all, it's a very hot day today, and the animals do love using the water to cool off. So let's see if we can find anything beneath the surface. That also reminds me too, it is a very hot day, so please stay hydrated back there too. Alright guys, on the right hand side you see some pink-backed pelicans. Now pink-backed pelicans, even though they are white, their backs will turn pink once that's in season. They can group about 20 to 500 pairs of birds. So that is one giant family when they're all together.
Look at that one. The one that was picking out parts.
Alright everyone, so let's keep our eyes peeled on the left hand side because this is a poplar spot for hippos. So let's see if we can find one. Don't see any right now, so we're gonna keep going, see if we can find some. But let's keep our eyes peeled for any shadows that might be under the water, because a hippo can't sweat, so they're usually found underwater, so that's the best way for them to cool off. Alright, now I do see a hippo. It's actually out of the water between those rocks over there. There it is, right there. I do see only one right now. I'm gonna try. Actually, there's a second hippo down there in the water. There's a couple more. Alright, we gotta remain fully seated. We gotta remain fully seated, please.
See him down there?
It's for your own safety. Now, hippos can't breathe in the water. They can hold their breath for up to 8 minutes at a time before they must come up for air. Which is really, really impressive. I can't hold my breath for 2 minutes, let alone these. So I'm kind of jealous. And the other large animals in Missouri got the 5,500 pounds. Now, on the left-hand side, we got some Nile crocodiles. A Nile crocodiles, they get up to 16 feet long, so the largest species of crocodilian here in Africa. Now, before the eggs hatch, Nile crocodiles like to roll the eggs around their mouths to help them hatch. Get them like a little bit of a head start on life. Now, as the babies are growing up, whenever the Nile crocodile pisses a predator by, she can scoop her babies up to her mouth to keep them safe from harm. So even in savannah, we're going to see a much more different environment. Instead of all these trees around us, we're seeing a much more different land, like more open fields, more open land, and hopefully more animals while we're at it. So let's head on inside and let's see what we can find out there. Alright, on the right hand side, I do spot a baobab tree. Now, as you can see, there's no leaves on its trunk at all, because it's so hot and dry out here in Savannah that the baobab tree can't have leaves for 9 months out of the year. But they do have water in their trunks, so they're doing just fine. They're more than capable of surviving out here. Alright everyone, so welcome to Savannah. So let's head on down and let's see what we find around here. I already do spot some animals, let's get a closer look.
No.
Alright, now on the right hand side, I do spot a springbok over there. It's that little white brown antelope all the way back there by the bushes and trees. There's about a couple of them. Now, springbok, they can jump up to 6 feet high in the air and 13 feet across. They are very agile animals because they have an ability called pronking, where they'll jump in the air, lay on the ground, they'll keep on jumping. They're also some of the fastest land mammals out in the reserve. They get to 50 miles per hour. So while they're maybe small, they can pack a punch when it comes to speed.
It was me.
She hasn't been to Bear World yet? Oh.
I was the one you took to Bear World.
This one kind of went to Bear World. We gotta go to Bear World.
And you have to do the face here.
Alright, now on the left hand side, if you look at that little rock over there, I do spot some African painted dogs. It looks like they're all in that little rock cove. Now, African painted dogs, they get in packs about 5 to 15 dogs, so they work together. They are the most successful hunt breed out here in Savannah. There they are, they're all in that little cove getting some shades. It's a pretty hot day. Now, they look very, very similar to our beloved dogs, but actually it's an offshoot of the canine family. So while they're very, very close, they're not quite the same. And they get their name for having a paint pattern on their markings. So like each dog will have a kind of a little plain splatter kind of marking, which is really cool, hence the name Painted Dogs. Now on the left hand side, I do see some wildebeest and coy cattle, so Harper's Mountain zebra and sable antelope. So you got 4 animals all around here, everyone. Now, the sable antelope, those animals with curved horns all the way over there. They are very brave territorial animals. So when it comes to a fight or flight situation, they're gonna choose a fight. They're not afraid of any predator. Now the Harper's Mountain zebra, a whole group we call a dazzle of zebras. And they're actually known for their stripe patterns. So because they have black muzzle around their mouths, they actually don't have black stripes. Because they're black muzzle, they actually have white stripes. So they're black animals with white stripes. Now, the wildebeest, a whole group we call a confusion of wildebeest. Now, every year in Eastern Africa, about 1.5 million wildebeest are migrating about 500 to 1,000 miles every year. And because they're always migrating, a newborn wildebeest will start walking 15 minutes after they are born. And on the left is another ankle cattle. So what's cool about ankle cattle, those horns look pretty heavy, but they're actually very hollow and very light on the inside. And inside the cow's horns, blood will circulate through the horns to help them survive, keep them cool out here, like a little cooling system. Now, I do spot some elands around there. Those tan antelopes with the spiral horns on the left hand side. There's about 2 elands. Now, elands are about 6 feet tall at the shoulder, so some of the tallest in the antelopes. And what's cool about them that what they'll do is they'll dig their horns to the ground, okay, a little bit of a flower crown around their horns. Like a crown of dirt and grass look more attractive for their partner. Now, we got 2 giraffes on the right hand side. Now, a group of giraffes is called a tower of giraffes, which is a very fitting name for how tall they are. Because giraffes get about 18 to 20 feet tall, so they are the tallest animals in the world. Now, even at birth, they're tall. A newborn giraffe can stand about 6 feet tall when they were born. So kind of give more idea of context to that. I'm a fully grown 6-foot man, I'm not getting any taller. So a newborn giraffe get about my height, and it'll keep growing even taller. Which I'm a little bit jealous. It's gonna be 20 long years to get this tall, and a giraffe's gonna be immediately. Now, giraffes sleep for about 30 minutes per day, but not all at once.
Good.
They can sleep for like 5 minutes at a time, or 2 minutes at a time. That's why I get those 30 minutes per day, that's really all they need. But everyone, I did not recommend sleeping for 30 minutes. I tried that once, it did not go very well. So I always recommend getting 8 hours of sleep. Now we got a little bit of a nice up close view, because we got a few more giraffes around here.
Oh, the blue tongue.
And there's another one in the back.
It sticked out blue tongue.
Got a whole group, and see these are long necks to grab their food from the trees pretty easily, which is really handy for them. Now, even though these are long necks to click up the trees, it was really cool with giraffes. Like, one of my favorite facts with them, that they actually have hearts the size of a basketball. So I like to say they have big hearts, both figuratively and literally.
I didn't know that.
And there's more wildebeest on the right-hand side too. Now, wildebeest are a very densely populated species. The only thing more densely populated than wildebeest are actually us humans.
Yeah. That means they're here. It doesn't mean to see it.
Alright, well, we got a little bit of river up ahead. We're gonna go ahead and cross, but that's okay, everyone. We're staying completely dry up here.
I don't know. We haven't seen the elephant yet. Or a tiger. I don't know if they'll have any.
Alright, everyone, now come up ahead. I do see a flock of rare flamingos. Now, a flock of flamingos is called a flamboyant. A flamboyant of flamingos. Now, they get to 5 feet tall. They're as tall as the flamingo family, and you get the bright shade pink of all the flamingos too. Now, the reason why some are pinker than others, because the flamingos born with gray feathers. So, their main source of food is brine shrimp, because they are filter feeders. So, the more brine shrimp they eat, the pinker their feathers get turned into. It is quite literally a colorful transformation for them. Now, on the left-hand side, there's an elephant over there too, guys. But I see a few elephants on the left. Now, elephants are very strong animals. In their trunks alone, they have more muscles there than the entire human body just in their trunks.
Elephants are right over there.
Now, when it gets very hot out here, they like to flap their ears as a way to cool themselves down. So kind of like their own little personal little fan. Alright, now we're gonna go deeper to the savannah, so let's see what else we can find.
The elephants are right here.
When we go
See him?
Alright, I don't see anything over here, but on the left-hand side, that is a mudwallow. Tail. Yeah, you might see her tail walking around.
Oh, yeah, over
Now,
there.
she is some of the fastest land animals in the world. They can run to 60, 70 miles per hour.
Hard to say.
Now, they can't run forever though. She can only run about a few hundred yards at a time, for they must stop to take a break. So they are well over a sprinter, not a marathoner. And they are covered in black spots. They have black underneath their eyes that help with the sunlight. There's actually another cheetah over there too. In between the 2 trees, it's like laying, it's kind of like laying down. It's got its head up.
Where?
Between the trees. Yeah.
You see
It's a
it?
much closer view of the cheetah.
Oh yeah, laying down. See it? Yep, right near the orange. Right near the orange.
Alright guys, now on your right hand side, I spot a water buck over there. It's that brown animal over there. There's about a couple of them. Now, water bucks drink an unusually high amount of water, so they usually find their ways in rivers. And they don't like to migrate to be near that water source at all times. Now guys, I see a lion straight ahead. There's a male lion on top of those Kopi rocks over there. Now, this is their pride rock. Lions love using Kopi rocks as a way to bask in the sun or watch out for the savannah. Now, lions sleep about 16 to 20 hours per day. Now, when they're at that, the male lions will watch over the cubs, while the female lions do the majority of the hunting. Now, the reason why a male lion won't do any hunting is because they have a mane around their heads. And their manes can weigh up to 40 pounds, so it kind of slows them down when they're hunting. Since female lions don't have manes, they refer to the hunting themselves. Now, your right-hand side, you might see a white rhino behind the trees. That's like a couple of white rhinos. Now, they can get up to 4,500 pounds each. They can charge up to 35 miles per hour. Now, what's really cool about white rhinos is that their horns are made out of keratin too, which is the same material made from our fingernails. Alright everyone, so keep your ears open because the lion's roar is so loud. You hear out to 5 miles away. So you never know when they might roar. They can roar at any time, but when they do roar, we can hear from anywhere over here. They can travel pretty far away. Alright guys, now there's some ostriches on the left-hand side. There's a few of them. Now, ostriches are the world's tallest birds, but they actually can't fly. But they can run up to 40 miles per hour. So what they lack in flight, they will make them speed.
Gonna be one on your side, buddy.
And we got another rhino over there. There's actually a baby rhino on the right-hand side. Now, a group of rhinos is called a crash. A crash of rhinos.
I bet. There's probably lots of snakes in Florida just in general.
Alright, everyone. Now here in the Guided Glen, our reserve warden was out here with a close eye on all the animals. The warden's not alone. You might see some of his furry little friends. On that hill above, I see some Nigerian dwarf goats. They're all on the hill by the trees over there. On the left-hand side over there. Now Nigerian dwarf goats, they're very playful animals. They have to run around, headbutt, chase each other. They're so playful. And they have milk and cheese, a local village nearby, so they're doing their part to help out. There they are, right around the hut.
The goats wear clothes? Oh, mini goats.
Cheese we probably have lots over in Africa, which is not that great at all for the farmers. There's a little solution around that. There's a dog called Anatolian Shepherd. They'll actually protect livestock, scare all the cheetahs away from the wolf in the farmland because they are pretty big dogs. So the Disney Conservation Fund, they started a conservation fund that will actually start a program and that'll give internship puppies to free of charge to farmers that need them. The farmers that get these puppies and they'll use them to protect the livestock because cheetahs are scared of them because cheetahs are big cats, and well, I'd say a cat's a scary dog, so it worked out. The dogs were a great addition to scare out the cheetahs.
Cheetahs are half dogs and half cats.
Alright, now unfortunately we are going to the end of our journey here today. I do spot the willing dogs up ahead, so we are going to go ahead and fully dog very soon. Now that was a fast 2-week safari. It felt more like 20 minutes for some reason.
Alright, just got off the safari. It was fun. Bunch of animals that we hadn't seen before, but I don't know if it was worth 3 hours or not. Apparently another truck broke down. They had to wait to come and get it off of the tracks. Sorry about that. We had to ask a fellow where the restrooms are after being in line for 3 hours for a safari and on the ride for 20 minutes. Because apparently a truck broke down and we had to wait on a wrecker to come and get him off the track. Or at least that was the story that was being said. Their official story was that there were animals on the road, but as you saw, there were many different roads and paths they could take to avoid that. So I don't know what to believe, but I don't think we'll be doing that again for 3 hours. Restrooms. Arrows pointed to that way.